After your visit, I have seen the newspaper report of your visit to a minister. They say that the minister talked to you about they will transfer president to the medical center, not now in a very local hospital. How do you feel about this?
Well, again, I think that there was some confidence expressed in that outcome, and we just hope that whatever facility is chosen and whatever doctors are chosen can be directly observed by all sides, so that whatever outcome for a diagnosis can be acceptable. And a diagnosis is needed before any kind of treatment is pursued, and some sort of treatment and assessment would need to happen before anything else could happen.
Yes, actually, most of the people welcome you and also appreciate your coming this visit. And so they want to know, after this visit, what is the future action you will take internationally?
Well, in part it depends on the response that we see in the next few days. We look forward to the more thorough examinations being done, and then, of course, we'll know both the long-term and the short-term treatment protocols that are required for President Chen. And based on that, then we would look forward to an appropriate response from the government, whether and the prison authorities, whether that's certainly the hospitalization and medical treatment is necessary. And at any point, if that's not adequate, then I think it is appropriate to call greater international attention to the situation. There are, of course, both medical professional, legal professional, and human rights activists around the world that are very concerned about cases like this. And fortunately, there are extensive networks of organizations ranging from Amnesty International to Physicians for Human Rights, obviously political bodies and governments that are interested. And so those could be brought to bear, but I think at this point it's more important to listen and watch to see how the government and the prison authorities respond to this case and address the concerns that are raised.
Yes, Mr. Ding, do you think that international, I won't use the word press or something like that, that kind of action will be some kind of, to the president of Taiwan now, they feel bad or something like that. Do you think that this will be very positive or negative after this action?
Well, I would concur with Hans, actually, that we need to wait and see what happens in the next few days. As to what happens after that, there's no reason to speculate, but certainly we will continue to monitor the situation however it goes as best we can, and I think there are already people watching, but I do see hopeful signs that a window may be open for there to be increased cooperation and confidence from all sides to continue Taiwan to move forward with
especially in the aspect of human rights.
With its phenomenal growth over the last several decades, Taiwan has made huge steps forward in human rights as well as many other areas, and we hope to see that continue beyond this case.
Yeah, thank you.
If I can just add, sure. I think we, as a result of the meetings that we've had, I think this is a time, especially in the responses that we've had from our meetings with the Speaker and with the Minister of Justice, this is a time to build confidence on both sides of the political divide. One of the things that we've stressed throughout this process is that this is not a partisan issue. This is an issue of human rights and the responsible treatment of of a prisoner in detention. It includes President Chen, but it also includes all prisoners and all people who are part of the criminal justice system in Taiwan.
Yes. Finally, the last question is about our audience. We have this program already run to rescue the Chen Shui-bian president already we had run more than half a year, 6 months, every night, call in, everything. So we feel, we understand our people. Most of the people of Taiwan, they are really anxious about the situation, the dangerous situation of Chen Shui-bian. I believe you, because you have a lot of experience in the international human rights action. So do you have any suggestion to our people what they can do and how they can settle down their own emotion and their feeling?
Well, I certainly understand the stress and the tension at this point, especially since the situation has become so serious. From the early indications, there are both opportunities to treat the problems that have been identified initially and opportunities for a recovery. And so I think, given the positive response of to the discussions that we've had so far, I think this is a time to look for confidence-building moves on both sides, to look at constructive exchanges and interaction between both parties, and again to begin to move away from the clearly partisan approach that has surrounded this case, and look more clearly at the human rights issues.
Our people need some encouragement. So what would you say to them?
I completely agree, again, with Hans, that I think that it's important to try to keep the tone as low and as calm as possible on all sides, and to work in an atmosphere of good faith, and to think that there are good people on all sides of this concern, and to try to wait and to try to keep the discussion at conversation level instead of at shouting level. And it will actually encourage people to have more of an ability to talk about a problem that has nothing to do with green or blue. And in the meantime, while waiting for an outcome for this case, as Hans indicated, there are plenty of other prisoners in Taiwan that could use attention, that Taiwanese society could consider.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Back to our audience. 咱真多谢吼，因两位吼拄啊讲真好的一个话，互咱吼。上重要就是讲，咱已经引起国际注意啊，因啊原来佫引起佫较侪国际人吼来关心陈水扁总统的健康吼，所以因拢有希望吼。我佫甲伊拄啊讲的代志，佫甲咱讲者，因拢希望咱爱冷静吼，爱理性，啊，咱来等好的结果吼。因为有因遮的外国人来甲咱帮忙吼，咱佫较有希望吼。啊，咱拼这几半年吼，拢即个努力，大家拢有看，全世界拢有看吼。所以咱希望真好的消息来，咱两位吼真好的美国人来啊，今仔日来咱的节目来甲咱报告这吼。啊，因真善良吼，啊，咱的政府嘛真重视因会来吼。所以我想这是一个真好的机会吼，伊拄也讲到吼，这就是一个 confidence building 吼，就是讲互相的信任、信心的建立，这真好一个开始吼。多谢各位今仔的收看，大家好，大家阿慢。